of paying their traffic fines. And I noted earlier that my colleague, the Honourable Rick Barker, who has, as others have noted, had a very major part in this Courts and Criminal Matters Bill and deserves congratulations for that, has had traffic fines, as have I. It would be interesting to hear about others' experience.
I'm waiting for the member to call. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the member. I call the honourable member, Lynn
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you. I thought you'd forgotten my name.
Oh, no.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, along with my colleagues, I'm going to stand and take a call. As we've said in Labour, that we do support this bill, although disappointed that it doesn't. It isn't as comprehensive as it would have been had all the recommendations that Labour put forward had come into effect. I'm going to also talk about driver licence stop orders, and the reason I'm going to do that is because that's actually what Section Part 2 is about. And along with my colleagues, I think, who have talked about it, that it's really important. It's a very good, effective way of addressing the new measures in terms of non-payment of fines. What will happen is that liable persons will be sent a warning notice giving 14 days to resolve their traffic penalties before their licence is suspended. Now, that's very sensible, and let's look, if you look at, and I noted from the Select Committee's support, that it is actually 69% of the debtors are aged between 20 and 39 years of age. So we're looking at, and I would, they haven't made any mention, but I would probably put money on it that the vast majority, or certainly a majority of them would be men. And so that, given that 69% are within that age group, that improving compliance of payment of penalties is a very sensible and desirable thing to do. If for nothing else, to set people on the right track so they haven't got penalties just continuing to, or debt continuing to stack up because of some misdemeanours that may be parking, but maybe speeding infringements, all those sorts of offences that have led to these fines. So if a warning notice under the process is served other than personally on a defendant, then the service would only be deemed complete once the driver licence card had been returned to the Ministry of Justice. If, for example, a driver's licence stop order were served electronically and that defendant failed to return their licence card or to make arrangements to pay their fines, or to make either by paying the fine itself or by making a fines payment, then that driver's licence stop order could be reissued and personally served on a defendant by an authorised officer. So it's a very appropriate way of dealing with what is a very real problem. I know Chris Farfoy did talk about the amount, 672 million. Now that is a substantial amount and in there, and goodness me, what a lot of good could be done. We could certainly see the reinstatement of early childhood funding and a number of other, maybe KiwiSaver could be reinstated to the government's contribution of KiwiSaver could be goodness me, we've got a little bit of interest from Melissa Lee over there, but maybe that with that sort of money then we could see perhaps not the slash and burn approach of housing in New Zealand. So it would be really, but that sort of money is certainly astronomical amount of money to be certainly tied up in fines, but in unpaid fines is really terrible. So, Mr. Chair, I think it's very appropriate that that we support this bill. I think that the driver's licence stop orders will be a very effective tool that in terms of which could, in the worst case scenario, lead to tougher sanctions in terms of cars being impounded, etc. But it's a good step, and it's a good step to get people on the right path to taking their debt seriously, so that it doesn't actually continue to grow and ruin their lives.
I call the